The protocol means the written steps to perform any study. It is a written step-by-step plan, and every research study involves the protocol. Making and preparing protocol according to the regulations, according to the regulatory requirement is very much important and required. I welcome all the viewers to this short video on clinical research study protocol. This is somewhat different video, and you can understand regarding the research protocol considering the example of clinical study. You can use the knowledge from this video to make the other study protocols as well. Every study has a first step of making the protocol, whether it is bioequivalence study, whether it is clinical research study, whether it is stability study, or any analytical study. So in clinical research, ensuring the standardization is very important and critical. Standardization is critical for the clinical research and especially for the multi-site trials. Whenever the clinical studies are performed at different sites, it becomes very much important to have the protocol which relates and which is standard according to the regulatory requirement, quality requirements. It ensures the participant safety, rights and data validity. Without protocol, you cannot go for the study. Many of the times, the protocol is required to be checked and approved by the competent authorities. Many of the times, the protocols are approved internally. Key supporting documents for the protocol are investigator's brochure, operations manual, and standard operating procedures, that is SOPs. So for every step, there will be a SOP, and that SOP is required to be followed. Now coming to the importance of the research protocol. So as I mentioned that for any research study, protocol is required. Protocol provides a plan for the essential aspects of the research, and it must be approved by the Institutional Review Board, that is IRB, before the study begins. It is required by ICH guidelines, CGP guidelines, and 21 CFR for the IND studies. And if the clinical studies are to be performed for a specific market, so that regulatory body is required to be considered and connected if required. Contents of the research protocol as per the Good Clinical Practice Guideline, ICH Guideline E6. It should contain general information, background information, study objectives and purpose. So why you are performing the study, it should be written clearly. Then by which study design it is going to be done. Selection and withdrawal of the participants, treatment of the participants, assessment of efficacy and safety, statistics, data management and quality assurance, ethics, financing, insurance, and the publication policy. These all points and other required points are to be considered. Then study design elements. So primary and secondary endpoints, study type, whether it is double blind or any other type, randomization and blinding techniques which are to be done, duration and follow, stopping rules or discontinuation criteria, investigational product accountability. All these are the elements. Then coming to the protocol amendments. So written description of changes to the protocol. If you are going to change any protocol or any steps, so that is required to be written. It requires IRB approval before implementation, except in the case of urgent safety issues. FDA submissions required for the IND studies. So whenever you are going for the investigational new drug studies, that time FDA submission is required. May require revised informed consent form. So if you are going to change anything and if it is affecting to the entire study, then informed consent form is required to be updated or revised or changed. Then different from protocol certification and protocol clarification. Then as per the requirements, the protocol violations or deviations because of something are required to be noted clearly. Protocol violations occur when staff deviates from the protocol. Omission, addition, change in any procedure or any step lead to the protocol violation. Omission means failure to do something required. Addition, doing something that is not required. And change in the procedure. It must be documented and corrective action to be taken. It is reported to the PI. Then sponsor IRB and FDA if it is IND study. Examples of the protocol violations are collecting the samples before informed consent, altering participants' payment schedule, delayed urine correction as per protocol allowance, administering wrong dose, enrolling ineligible participants, and many other type of violations are there. Violation means failure to do anything or doing anything which is not required or anything change to the procedure. So avoiding protocol violations is very much required. So for that, write the flexible protocols where possible, provide thorough training and refresher sessions to the people who are involved in the activities, notify the staff for protocol amendments, update the research materials like consent form and manuals, and use reminders in the team meetings. Then for the summary points, standardization of the clinical studies is required for the ethical and reliable research, so that whatever the data is coming out of that study, it will be reliable, it will be with quality, and it will be accurate. Research protocol is a blueprint for the study. Protocol amendments must be through the IRB and FDA, and these protocol amendments are required to be approved. Protocol violations must be minimized, documented, and corrected. Whenever there is violation, whether it is knowingly or unknowingly or planned or unplanned, that is required to be documented. So key to avoid the protocol violations is like make the flexible protocols and write down everything. Continuous training and communication of the staff and the people who are involved in the study is very much required. These are the informations point for the protocols, and this is a short video, but still I hope this video will give you the understanding about research protocols, mainly for the clinical studies. Thank you for watching the video.